Jacob here, but I'm gonna do the Draw My Life video. I'm sorry that I haven't been doing YouTube that much. It's just been caught up with all this work, my new job of EMT training, police training, and military training. It's been hard, so I decided to do my Draw My Life video. So I grew up in Montana, nice town, small town though of Whitehall. Sixth generation. It was a good old time when I was, about 3 years old? No, I was 1 year old. I was 3, and I didn't really know what was going on at the time. My brother and where's my mom? And sister. Oh goodness. And sister were all going to school, and I had no clue where they were going. And by the time of that, my dad was in the military, so he was always far away. And I'm sorry if you can't see that well. I'm sorry, guys. Just the camera. There we go. He was always far away, so I couldn't ever see him. And also, me and my mom were always at home alone all the time. And like a year later, not even a year later, about a month later, my dad came back, and we were all happy and everything. And then we all started settling in with everything, and we had our house in Whitehall. Oh, it was the grandest time having our house in Whitehall. You can have them, you have a nice, I'm a terrible driver, so I'm sorry. You have nice cars, terrible freaking car. Nice car. And we lived all happy and everything, and yeah. And then I realized I had 2 other brothers that were my stepbrothers a few years earlier. I never really knew about. So I was really scared of them because I didn't know who they were at the time. So I was already cowering behind my mom, and it was scary, as you guys might like to pronounce it. And then now I'm 4 years old, all happy and everything, till one day I had this really bad cold, and it almost put me in the hospital. And then I had to get these vaccines and everything. It was really scary for one time I was a little boy, because sister and everything was scared of him. So, and then I kept on moving on, and I got through the sickness. Another year later, I realized my uncle, he was diagnosed with cancer, and sad thing is I never got to say goodbye. And then I moved to this town, Laurel, still in Montana. We were actually managing this really huge hotel. And I started school there in kindergarten. Yeah, the other kids all scared and everything. I've never been to preschool or anything. My dad was always busy at work, mechanicking and stuff. And I had fun times with me and my brother and sister. We're still living there. We were still living there, and then I was at school happy and jolly and everything until one day we got robbed. Got a phone call saying your house was robbed and your mom wasn't home. So that was like, oh, that was really scary that happened. Someone like stole some jewelry before we managed the hotel, of course. It was quite horrific knowing that. Oh gosh! Sorry about that, guys. Freaking storm outside. And then, well, we got robbed, and we lived our happy lives after that, just forgetting about everything. I made a lot of friends, and it was a week later, we had to move away from all my friends and family that lived there. And, yeah. Well, then we journeyed on to this town called Park City. There, I actually started in first grade, so I was 6 years old. I hope to tell you I got held back in kindergarten, so I'm a little bit older for my age. Because I had the swine flu and everything. We lived there for about a month in this hotel again. It was really scary in that hotel. And the only reason that I swear we moved is because there was a huge tornado that struck in there. Knowing this Whitehall, there's very few tornadoes, and this was a massive tornado. It was like almost destroyed every half the town. And I had all these cool friends, except I was getting bullied a lot. Let me erase this faster. Except I was getting bullied up by all these middle schoolers that were in the school, because it was a middle school, high school, all those schools type thing, and I was always getting bullied, and none of the teachers would do anything about it. They would just say, buck up and go do it. So I did it for about a year, and then we moved back to Whitehall. And it was, no, you guys can't see this. I moved back to Whitehall. And, so it was an okay time in Whitehall again. That's when I started going to school, and this time I stayed through the entire first grade, to second, to third, to fourth, to fifth, and then this grade I'm in now is sixth. And oh my gosh, it was the funnest time, and all these grades and everything. But I really never got to have that many friends as I did in all the other schools, because I was fifth or sixth generation, and nobody really cared. So then, I had to live with my grandparents way out in the country. I worked my butt off for about, 2 years, while my mom and dad looked for another house we could live in. Luckily, we found the same exact house we lived in before. Then and that's how I lost all my friends, because they were accusing that we stole the house. It's probably worse, but they were accusing we stole the house from these guys' uncles, because they were good friends of ours, and that's when I lost all of my friends, and all of them just all gone away over here, yonder. And then there was other people who were willing to, just like me, willing to make my friends and willing to be my friends and everything. So it was hard-ish, hard. If any of you guys are in 6th grade or even 5th, you know it's kind of hard. And then we got robbed again. What was it? 8 guns were stolen. No, a gun was stolen from our family. Gun out the door. That's not even close. Gun out the door. And then I've been living here ever since 6th grade, so that is the end of the Draw My Life video. Ciao, ciao, everybody. Wait!